All right, y'all, let's back up for a minute and talk about the holiday season, because it seems like as soon as Thanksgiving is over, like the next day, you hear Christmas music like everywhere. Listen, your girl loves a good Christmas carol. Your girl loves a good Christmas song. Your girl loves Christmas. But I want to back up for a second and talk about something that we miss in this holiday season. So this is going to get a little bit more on that religious side. So for those of you who are not about that, that's okay. Sit around and listen. And we'll talk about how you can apply what I have to say in a way that you can really relate to. But we cannot deny the fact that if you're celebrating Christmas, you are celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And that's just facts. You wouldn't have this season of Christmas without Christ in the middle of it, okay? So with that in mind, we as a culture have taken Christmas to this one day of the year where we give gifts and we have a merry time and we're enjoying time with our family, and that's all beautiful. But did you know that for a majority of Christian history, that the entire idea of Christmas actually was preceded by what's called Advent? And during that time, it's a period of waiting. It's a period of preparation. So up to about 1917, particularly when we're talking about the Catholic Church, people would fast during this time. People would refrain from certain foods. They would fast certain days of the week. They would do little acts of penance. And they would also put in moments where they can ask God for forgiveness and really focus on preparing their hearts for the coming of Jesus. And it was a very powerful time. And I remember as a kid growing up as a Catholic, like that was something that was just a part of what we experienced too. Even though the church said back in 1917, it's not required anymore. And then by 1983, the church just kind of like took it off the calendar as a time of penitence and just like giving things up. But in many communities and in many families, this tradition just kept going. So through the 80s and 90s, from what I remember, we always had some kind of a fasting or penance or some kind of a waiting, a joyful waiting, a solemn period of waiting for Christmas to arrive when joy would explode everywhere. Now, what does this have to do with your fitness, right? Well, here's the thing. We are coming up on the end of the year, and this is the perfect time to step back and reflect on what has this year been for you? Where did you triumph? Where did you falter? Where could you have done better? Where did you do really well? I want you to take a moment to think about that. So you gotta give yourself a period of inventory, because the new year is coming up, and the tendency is for people to just jump right into the new year with these lofty goals. And do you know that statistically speaking, just about 80 to 90% of people who start off on New Year's resolutions, they've already failed by the last week of January. Okay, they're just done. And I do not want you to be that person, not this year. So how you're going to front load that is by focusing now, first week of December. How did you do? Take a look at your year and then think about what is it that you want as you come into anticipation, joyful anticipation for this new year, this new chapter, and this new season of your life. Now, along the way of this spiritual journey aspect of things in this Advent and this waiting for the coming of Jesus on Christmas, there can be so much of what we call virtue that's built within your soul. When you think about prayer and meditation and taking time away to really just give yourself over to God, it has a powerful way of just comporting your whole entire heart, your life, and everything to something greater. And you can do that in your fitness journey as well. Again, whether you are Christian or you're something else or you're a complete atheist, it doesn't really matter. The label doesn't matter. What I want you to get is the idea that this is an opportunity for you to go ahead and just be set anew. This is an opportunity to see where you can grow in some form of virtue when it comes to your fitness journey. Now, what do we mean when we're talking about virtue? So in the idea of theology, and I've got my Roman missal here because I'm going to be real official on you, okay? In the idea of theology, there are different virtues that one can attain through a deeper spiritual life. And here's what they are. So we have the cardinal virtues, which are prudence, which disposes the practical reason to discern in every circumstance one's true good and to choose the right means for achieving that good. Then there's fortitude, which ensures firmness in difficulties and constancy in the pursuit of the good. Then there's temperance, which moderates the attraction of the pleasures of the senses and provides balance in the use of created goods. Now, in the case of these virtues, the one that I really want you to pay attention to when it comes to your fitness journey is this. Temperance, fortitude, and prudence particularly. As we said, prudence is this idea of choosing what's good, choosing what will be for your greater good. And I think so many times when it comes to the fitness journey, we forget about that. We focus so much on the exterior or wanting to get into shape because we don't like who we are. But I want you to take a look at how you can transform and renew your mind around fitness being through the lens of prudence is something that you want to do because it is for your good, the good of your health, the good of your body, being able to move and to be able to feel good, to be able to feel strong, to be able to have a healthy life in existence where you can be useful towards what your goals are, towards your family and the people that you care about, and the true calling that you have in your life. So in that, you're choosing to do what's good for you. You're choosing to get up and get that workout done. You're choosing to eat healthy. You're choosing to go to bed on time. You're choosing to regulate your emotions. You're choosing to make sure that you are making time for you as much as you pour into other people. That is choosing what's good, and that is prudence. Next, I want you to look at how you can develop fortitude. Fortitude is that idea of having strength, even in the face of difficulty. Now, I know that this part hits for a lot of you, particularly my clients that I work with. There are so many of my rock stars out there that you know that life is difficult for you right now. Your schedule just really sucks. Everything feels like it's falling apart. You ain't got no time to work out, so you think. You ain't got no time to eat right or make your meal, so you think. And what happens is people get the case of what I call the F-its. F as in, you know, that bad word, that four-letter word that I'm trying to refrain from saying. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The case of the F-its, whatever, I'm done, right? No, I want you to have fortitude. I want you to develop the strength to keep going, to keep your eyes on the prize, to keep your eyes on the straight and narrow, to know that even in the face of difficulty, when you stand up and you do what you know that you have to do, that you're always going to come out on top. It may not look perfect, may not look the way that you want it to look, but that is okay because at the end of the day, it's about the perseverance. It's about the discipline. It's about keeping your eyes on the straight and narrow. It's about understanding that failure isn't falling down. Failure is falling down, but refusing to get back up. But when you have fortitude, when you have that strength in you to persevere, you are able to say, you know what? I have fallen, but I'm not down. I'm going to get back up. There is a motivational speaker out there. His name is Eric Thomas. And Eric Thomas got this particular quote I'm about to teach you from someone else named Les Brown. Okay, so Les Brown is a huge name, motivational speaker. He talks about sales and business and all this stuff. And he has this saying through the lens of Eric Thomas. And that is, when you fall on your back. Because when you fall on your back, you can look up. And if you can look up, you can get up. That right there is the virtue of fortitude. So that's what I want you to develop. How can you bring this into your heart, into your soul, into your being as you approach your fitness journey? That is the most powerful thing that you can walk away with in this entire season of Advent for your fitness. And then the third virtue I really want you to focus on is temperance. Temperance, moderation. That's where that comes from. Discipline. That's where that comes from. Being able to say no when the extra treat is coming and being pushed in your face. Listen, holiday time, this is the time that people go crazy. You have the chance to gain anywhere between 5 to 15 pounds between now and January 1st. Honey, I know that's not what you want, but sometimes it's going to take you having some self-control and allowing yourself what's called mortification. Mortification, a little death of something of the pleasures, right? Yeah, it's not as bad as it sounds, okay? It's not as bad as it sounds. But think about this. We practice mortification all the time. When you're fasting, fasting is a form of mortification. You've done it before. What can you give up? Something that you can fast from in the next few days as we lead into that joyous day of Christmas. That joyful anticipation, that solemn anticipation in some ways, where you get to reflect on something deep that you know is going to move you closer to your goals, but also root you and ground you in something that can give you strength and success down the line. It's not just about the here and now, but it's about what's happening next. So those are the three that I want you to focus on right now, leading into Christmas, but not only that, leading into the new year. So when the new year comes, honey, you are hitting the ground running. You're ready to go. It starts right now. But let this period of this advent and your advent in your fitness journey mean something. I want you to win, but you have to believe that you are greater than you are today, and that this journey that you're on, it's not for nothing. It's not just for the exterior. You're at a point in your life where, listen, you're done with dieting. You're done with living up to other people's expectations. Listen, living up to other standards. This is your time. And it's your time to take control of your narrative, to take care of your body, and to look at longevity and what you can be doing right now that the future you will thank you for. If this message has lit a fire in your heart, I want you to go ahead and for my clients, I'm going to have a journal prompt for you to fill out. Go ahead and fill out that journal prompt, and we're going to talk one-on-one in DMs and stuff like that about what you are trying to fulfill in this season. I want to go deeper and I want to work with you one-on-one. Now, I'm going to also make this video available for those on my email list. And I don't even know, I might even put this available for those on my YouTube channel because I really feel like this message needs to be heard by all of you. And if that is the case, comment down below this video and let me know, what are you willing to do this Advent to bring a more meaningful journey in the case of your fitness and your health? What are you going to give up? What are you going to do more of? Maybe that's doing an extra round of cardio. Maybe it's pushing the intensity. Maybe it's adding an extra workout day. Maybe it's fasting. Maybe it's something that's going to challenge you. What is that going to be? You go ahead and put that down below and let me hear that. Like this video, make sure that you comment and watch this next video right over here and let me help you to keep your fitness journey fired up. And we'll see you over there.